Nintendo is being so weird yet again in a year of complete weirdness, and this weirdness is almost inexplicable. So we've got to dive deep into it to try to figure out what's going on. Plus, there's some epic sales this weekend that I think you might like. So good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Hope you're doing fantastic out there and enjoying your weekend. If you're not, let's try to make it a bit better. Nintendo, they're not trying to make it better, even though this should be the week that we're all really excited about. Because this coming week, Nintendo is about to drop Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, a game that previously held a huge price point if you wanted to pick it up on GameCube, a game that's not available on the Switch for you to download or Virtual Console or anything like that, a game that is very coveted, very awesome, and is, quite frankly, the biggest release of any Switch release this year that we know of. I mean, maybe they'll announce something bigger, but right now, it's Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. That game drops on Thursday, as Nintendo has now moved their release dates from Friday to Thursday. We get it a day early, which is nice. And I'll be streaming the heck out of this thing even earlier than that to play it with all of you. But how am I going to get it? How are you going to get it after Nintendo's latest development of canceling pre-orders, eliminating pre-orders, and places like Walmart and Amazon making strange statements about what the heck Nintendo is doing? So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're all doing fantastic out there. If you need a memory card, I found this one. It's the best one on the market. They made it faster than before, and it was already the quickest memory card on Switch, the most secure, safest way to store all your Switch games with sizes up to 1 terabyte. I love the Lexar Play Card. It's what I have in all of my devices, from my Switch to my Steam Deck to my camera. It's an awesome card, the very best you could buy, and it's something that will prolong and preserve your Switch games even after Nintendo tries to shut them down. Now, Nintendo seems to be trying to shut down Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door and make it limited. Now, I have my own theory about why this is going down. I've seen some other people speculate, and I've seen things been thrown out there like scalpers or piracy, but let's first get into the details. Amazon currently has Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door unavailable. You cannot buy a digital code, you cannot buy a physical copy. And many people were posting on Twitter that their Walmart.com pre-orders were being canceled, which is so freaking bizarre for a game that this isn't niche, right? This isn't like Another Code Recollection. This isn't even like Endless Ocean Luminous. This is a game that should be very prominent, very popular, and everywhere. It's freaking Mario, and Nintendo knows that Mario gets the big cheese. So Walmart is canceling pre-orders and offering a $25 off coupon on a future order as an apology, and it seems like it is a Nintendo directive. At this time, Nintendo will only be offering this item in stores, says Walmart. No pre-orders. Very bizarre. Walmart states that they will have it on release day May 23rd in stores. We hope you can stop in, but not for pre-order. And they're canceling pre-orders. What in the world? It would make 0 sense for Nintendo not to be able to meet demand for Paper Mario pre-orders, and it would make 0 sense for Nintendo not to want Paper Mario pre-orders. So what is the reasoning for them doing this? Why would they limit pre-orders and cancel pre-orders on what is effectively the biggest game of 2024 from their first-party output? Is it due to scalpers? Is it due to piracy? I can't see that being the case. Canceling pre-orders and only offering this item in stores, what does that do for scalpers? What does that do for piracy? I mean, Switch games aren't really rare to the point that piracy would even be effective, and I don't know who's pre-ordering a Mario game expecting to make bank off of it. Piracy-wise, they're not shipping you the pre-order until release date, and it's not like we've had an epidemic of Nintendo games accidentally all reaching hands of customers before they're supposed to. This just makes no sense. I don't believe that this has anything to do with piracy or anything to do with scalpers, and I also don't think it has anything to do with Nintendo's expected sales for the game, because I bet they expect it to sell pretty strongly. So this is very bizarre and very strange. I have 2 speculations, and you can tell me what you think about them, but my third speculation is I'm completely confused. So that is a possibility that nobody understands and no one could possibly figure out why Nintendo is doing this. Are cartridges hard to make right now? Did they lose the shipment of Paper Mario games? Did Bowser come through and burn fire on all of the copies? I don't know. Here's 2 potential things I was thinking about. 1, is Nintendo trying to divert stock, physical stock of Switch 1 games because they don't want lingering Switch 1 games in stores, and they would rather you buy Switch 1 games digitally versus physically. I suppose that's a thing, and possibly with the new console coming, they do want to limit new stock of Switch games, yet Furukawa himself said Nintendo is very committed to the physical medium and will continue supporting stores to sell that and incentivizing them to sell that going forward, incentivizing customers to buy it. That doesn't sound like a company that's trying to eliminate physical games, and we are not even at the point of announcing the Switch 2 fully, so why would we start lowering games? And why would we cancel pre-orders of a hyped, anticipated title? Doesn't really make much sense. Does Nintendo want to direct your attention to their eShop? Maybe. That could be something that they'd like to do. I guess they get a bigger cut of it. But Nintendo makes so much money, and their software sells so well, and they're not hurting or in a strange spot right now, so I don't think they would want to sacrifice brick and mortar sales to make a few extra bucks on the eShop sales, but limit overall sales, frustrate customers in the process. It doesn't seem like something Nintendo would do. And that leaves me in a position where I have no idea what Nintendo is doing. We've seen this happen with a number of other titles that released this year, Endless Ocean Luminous being one of them. We saw earlier this year pre-orders were canceled for Luigi's Mansion, for Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and it just doesn't make sense. Why Nintendo would not want to stock these games that will inevitably sell quite well, I don't know. But they are stocking them. They're saying they're going to be in-store on release date, just not pre-orders. So what can we possibly think is the reason for Nintendo to want to avoid pre-orders? And I know some of you are going to say, dude, it is piracy, because if the game accidentally gets out there early, people can upload it, then they can spread it and people can download it. But again, these stores I'm sure are penalized if they do sell the games early, and that doesn't happen very often. I remember being a youngster back in my teens and being able to go to Toys R Us and get a game and have them break street date. There wasn't penalty for that. It didn't show up on the register with like a big warning. I got BioShock, the first BioShock, early from my Xbox. I got plenty of other games from different stores a day or two early as well if they were already in stock. And then the major platform holders said, whoa, we hate this, fines. And stores were being fined thousands of dollars if they were to sell even one copy early. Big warnings would pop up and not allow the store to process the sale of that barcode if it was breaking embargo and street date. That doesn't happen very often anymore, if at all, so why? And it does seem like it is a Nintendo-driven move because Walmart's offering a $25 coupon as an apology. That's a big coupon. That's like over a third of the price of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door to try to say, sorry, we'll get this back. Could there be some strange stock issue for cartridges? How? How would that be a thing? Did Nintendo not order enough for 2024? Could this be in some weird way part of the process of Nintendo delaying the Switch 2 internally, that they were expecting different levels of supply and different needs because these games weren't actually supposed to come out now? I guess that's a valid hypothesis, and it's one of the only other things I can think of that makes even a modicum of logic. But I don't even think that's the answer. I can't tell you why Nintendo is doing this, but it seems super counterproductive for what is their most anticipated game, a beloved title that has great appeal even for new players, a Paper Mario that is Mario-based and that is possibly the strongest in the franchise and that is the most coveted by people that know the game, is expensive secondhand market on GameCube, and there's no other way to get it, and now it can fit on the Switch. In an era, in a year, in a month, where we don't have much else to play and people probably saved their money after many releases came out and were kind of mediocre, it's just bizarro. They would never try to intentionally limit Mario. Or would they? Remember when Nintendo decided to limit Mario's anniversary bundle, the Mario 3D All-Stars collection that was only for sale for a limited time, for who knows what reason? That seemed to be tied more to the anniversary and to try to juice sales for something that maybe they didn't think would be as appealing as it was. Plenty of people did want the 3D All-Stars collection. I'm not sure why they didn't want it that way, but Nintendo sometimes loves false senses of scarcity, and maybe they generated that for reasons that they know and we don't. Are they trying to generate false scarcity once again with Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, as this is a coveted game? Maybe, but how does that make any sense? You're remaking it. You're making it again. This isn't the original copy, and you chose to remake it. No one's forcing you to do this. This is your big game for this quarter. What are you doing? It makes no sense. If they want to make Paper Mario be a limited game that people rush out to get, I don't really know what that does. It's not like the Switch needs a boost. It's not like Nintendo is struggling. It's not like Mario is down on his luck. It doesn't make sense. They sold millions of copies of Mario RPG, and that wasn't limited. And by all accounts, this should sell much more, maybe even double. I don't know. Nintendo will announce new Switch games at the June Direct. Are they going to have no pre-orders? Are they going to be limited as well? Nintendo will probably never comment on this, but I'm fascinated to find out. And I hope someone can uncover and leak why Nintendo is doing this. Why can't I pre-order this game on Amazon? Why can't I pre-order this game at Walmart? Why do I have to go into the store to buy it? Because the fact that it's in stores then just completely goes against my argument for potentially wanting to push eShop sales. This is so weird. This is so bizarre, and it furthers a year where Nintendo has been behaving incredibly strange. And if all of it leads to a new console that's awesome, okay, great. But I don't get how this fits into the narrative. I don't get this piece of the puzzle, and I don't know how we're supposed to make sense of the most anticipated Switch game, the biggest Switch release of the year, being limited. For what? I do not know. If you have any theories or ideas, let me know. And I really don't think it's scalpers. I really don't think it's piracy. I really don't think it's trying to, clear stock out. I really don't think it's pushing the eShop, because nothing all adds up here. It doesn't make sense. And every way you look at something, you can look at it the other way and say, yeah, that doesn't really behoove or benefit Nintendo. So unless there's some strange plastic cartridge shortage that I don't know about, weirdest move ever. This game is out this week. Like I said, I'll be streaming it. We'll be playing it. Hopefully it's fantastic like it looks. It does have that 30 frames per second issue, but we'll get over it. The art looks like it is going to pop on the OLED screen. And I'm really glad to get a tried and true real Paper Mario game on the Switch that is the best. So yeah, if your pre-order is canceled, let me know. Get ready to go to the store, or just buy it off the eShop, use a Nintendo voucher. That's totally valid as well. I don't get this. But if you do want to spend your money and your pre-order has been refunded, or you have a coupon or something, there is big Nintendo Switch sales going on this weekend, and some are quite remarkable. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is $18 at Walmart, and you'll still have $7 left off your coupon. That might be the best use of your money ever. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is the sequel to Mario plus Rabbids. It is a far superior game. It is awesome, and I still think it's one of the most underrated Switch titles. It's consistently down to 20 or 25 bucks. Now it's 18 freaking dollars. You owe it to yourself to buy this. Honestly, as much as I love Paper Mario, and as much as I'm excited for Paper Mario, if I had to tell you to pick between $60 for Paper Mario and $18 for Sparks of Hope, I would probably tell you Sparks of Hope. It's just such insane value. You're getting a long game with lots of clever ideas and huge improvement over the first title, better exploration, better characters, better combat. And there's a bunch of DLC if you want to dive in and add Rayman to your squad. I freaking love it. Now you can also grab Mario Bros. Wonder for $46 at Walmart. You use your coupon. Now it's only $21. Again, that's a $15, $14 discount on a game that recently released and is a Mario game that oftentimes in Nintendo's history have stayed evergreen, meaning they're always the MSRP price. Now this one's down to $46, great value. We also have Mario RPG down to $42 at Amazon, so if you can't pre-order Paper Mario, maybe you can get Mario RPG for $20 less. It's a good price for the game. I think Paper Mario will be way more fun than Mario RPG just because, they had 15, 20 years to improve upon things as they went from the first Mario RPG to a much later Mario RPG, but it's still a good price. Octopath Traveler is $37 at Amazon. That's Octopath Traveler 2, actually. So that's almost half price for a pretty darn good JRPG with gorgeous art. And then, there's some other deals as well. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes is half off at Best Buy. Breath of the Wild is $44 at Walmart. Tears of the Kingdom is $52 at Walmart. Mario Kart 8 is $45 at Walmart. But none of those really, get me excited as much as Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope for $18. Mario Wonder for $46. Octopath Traveler 2 for $37. And Mario RPG for $42. So if you're looking for something to buy, your pre-order's been canceled, well, you can just get it off the eShop or walk into a store because Nintendo's weird as heck. Or you can buy one of these sales games, or you can use your coupon on one of those sales games. But I'm hoping that we uncover more info about this because I find it absolutely bizarre. It's so counterintuitive. It makes no sense. And I hope that we don't have a hard time finding Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door on Thursday. If you do, though, the eShop's an option. But I know a lot of people do like things physically, and I understand collecting is important, and I understand having the physical form is important for a lot of people that don't want to deal with Nintendo shutting things down or limiting their downloads, or if they don't have enough space. So this whole process is weird. Your choice should not be forced upon you, and your pre-order should not be canceled. I don't get it. Do you get it? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. I love you lots. SwitchForce out.